Well, hello everybody. There we go.
We're back on
Mine took a
Dragon Ball
while
Z,
for some
right?
reason.
This is Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Right.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, the party defeated an army of penguins, the King Penguins, and rescued Santa Claus, who then told the little girl she should not be opening random books in the Black Library, particularly ones about Christmas. With that, Santa helped her close the book, freeing her from the story of Christmas and allowing her to return the travelers back to their own realm. For wherever this Black Library was definitely not somewhere they could exist normally.
Because we're good. That's the only reason we're too good for that round. Too good. That's the only reason.
Well, that and, Warhammer 40k is probably not a universe y'all would want to be in.
Nah, just because we're too good.
Okay. So, y'all were leaving the Hobbit village, and y'all returned, and everyone went looking for y'all. But everyone's happy to see y'all. They have no idea where y'all went. And your vision kind of blurs on exactly what happened. You do know you met someone in a giant red suit, and you remember fighting some animals and maybe a little girl, but everything else seems distant.
Yeah, it's because we were too good, that's why.
Now, I think last time y'all went to get Arceus and little hobbit guy, Beergol? I'm not sure I'm saying his name. Yeah. See, it's funny, is there's an orc with a very similar name, and I keep, mixing those two up. So, Beergol and Arceus have joined y'all's caravan that's full of yummy fish.
Fish!
So what does the party would like to do now?
Head back!
I have returned.
Oh, okay. Everyone decided to
arrows that I shot right by Nick. I grabbed those.
Yeah, I thought y'all decided to set fire to everything. No, just messing with Nick since he was gone. So yeah.
No, I walked up to grab a cookie.
Oh yes. Did you bring me a cookie?
An actual cookie. No, I didn't.
Dan, he's not bringing us cookies. Okay, guys, y'all ready to head back?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Chris. It would just take too long for me to mail you cookies.
Excuses.
I'd have to
why are you becoming
the store and buy a box, buy a stamp for the box.
Probably more than one stamp.
Many
stamps. Probably more than one stamp.
I imagine this map will start messing with
then
me.
I'd have to convince the guys to send the box right now. And even then, it still wouldn't get to you till at least tomorrow if I paid extra.
Extra is
That's
the
a lot of work
best.
for cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright. I'll just eat some Fig Newtons.
What?
Arceus is very large.
Yeah. Well, as I
How
said,
large?
I made the character model super big.
Hello! Sorry.
And unfortunately,
Why
Beergol
is
doesn't
that-
have an avatar set. Maybe he does.
He does.
That is not... No. That's good. That's good.
Just a bit too large.
Yeah, well.
No, that's his actual size.
There
No,
we
that's his actual size right there. That is his size.
But it is actually. You're right.
I was trying about something.
Yay. Oh, by the way, do you know why in the last section, when you were fighting the King Penguins, why you didn't see any other penguins like before?
Why?
Because their heads were transparent.
What?
Stealthy.
So they looked great in the white snow, but when I put them on the brown background, it was obvious. So I obviously didn't use them because then, yeah. I thought that might cause issue.
Where is the penguin's head?
Oh,
It's an undead
Here.
penguin.
just to kind of show you what would have happened. See?
Oh my goodness.
Because of the transparency effect.
GG. GG.
So y'all head back to the village, bringing the caravan of nice, fresh fish.
Fish!
I figure I'm going to stop by the mayor's house.
Fish! Fish!
Well, okay, first I got to move from Dan's house to the mayor's house.
Rob,
But I'm going to stop by the mayor's house.
Okay.
So I just kind of walk in. I head up to the wall next to his office door.
That's definitely not
Why
something.
is a tower here?
I was copy pasting and it did not paste The Hobbit like I wanted it to.
So, I go ahead and I walk up to the mayor's wall next to his office door and I knock.
Twistin, twistin.
By the way, guys, it's been very rainy today.
I know.
Really?
It's crazy. Hashtag dab.
It was nice and sunny up here.
It's been raining all day today.
Yes.
But you don't have
So
snow,
nice.
so...
No, we don't have snow.
Mayor
Hashtag sad.
Dokal comes to greet you.
Ah, good mayor.
Ah, Nick! And he grabs you up and lifts you up.
Well, I know we haven't been gone long, but we brought back gifts from the Hobbit village. Many, many fish.
Most excellent! I think we'll have a fishy festival.
Fish, fish, fish,
Now,
fish,
Now, have you heard anything about the
fish.
town guide, Bowman?
Yeah, he went out to further search for your query. He was very serious in doing it. He said you saved his life. And he would rather not fail you.
Being captured by orcs is not a pleasant experience, I'm sure.
Yes, he said that he was going to stay away from that place you told him to stay away from.
So this is very good. The orcs there are even less friendly.
Well, that's just
I don't know that there are orcs there, but whoever's there are even less friendly. But yes, that's
hi.
yes.
But, yeah.
You remember the marked one?
Of course.
Yes. He found Bowman and stopped him from getting too close to that place.
I was told a
He most-
version of that.
They kept joking about eating him.
Yes, he decided next time he would be very careful where he approached.
But it's fine. Just good to know he's still all right. And do apologize again to Farmer Ramsey. You did sort of have to skip out on him halfway through the job.
He understood. He reposted the job.
That's fine. But no, that's really all I had. I just figured I'd let you know we have many fish. Is there anywhere you would like us to put them?
Yes, I have a perfect place for them. And he goes outside and slowly kind of directs towards the market square. And he calls out several people wearing various garments, some men, some women, and pointed at the caravan. And then kind of they immediately knew what to do. They started taking the fish out of the caravan. And they started loading them in giant ovens.
Fish, fish! Fishy fish! Fish, fish! Sorry.
Well, is there anything anybody else would like to do before I do my next thing?
Nah.
Dan, is there anything you wanted to do before I got on with my
no.
next thing?
You are
Okay.
good to go.
Okay. Okay, I will go ahead and I'm going to talk to the Hobbit.
So, Rampage, you feel something amiss. Something strange, something odd, something pulling at you.
What do you mean?
You just feel like something's amiss. But you can't quite put your finger on it.
What are you doing? Why are you acting so fishy?
Who are you saying that to?
You!
Oh, me? I don't know.
Yes, you!
If you want, you could roll a perception check.
Yes, yes, and yes. 'Cause you are being very fishy.
Okay.
And we don't like you fishing.
Are you going to do that thing, DK, that you discussed not doing?
What do you
would
mean?
I do that I would not discuss doing?
No, that you discussed not doing. Not that you would not discuss doing.
Oh, I have no idea. Rampage, you kind of feel, you smell something kind of sour and wrong coming from the West Forest. Behind the inn.
Oh.
Do you want to check it out?
Nah.
Really?
Okay, I kinda do.
Okay. You head back there and you see a pan.
What?
Yeah, you find a
What?
pan. Just
What?
in the middle of the forest. With a
I
fish
don't like pans! I
in the,
don't like that!
on top of the pan. And the fish apparently appears to be preserved with some salt.
Salt?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do we have salt?
Yeah.
I need salt.
He
Sorry,
needs salt for his pizza rolls.
No, I need salt in general. Like, salt by itself is delicious. Salt. Hashtag salt!
Oh my, we're learning secrets of Rampage now.
Yes.
Would you like to
Hashtag
take
salt.
the pan and the fishy?
I look around and see if anyone's here.
No one is there.
Wait.
You feel
Consume the
like you feel
fish.
like this fish was for
I-
you.
Consume the fish, Rampage. You know who it's from.
Do I though? Do I though?
Yes, you do.
Who is it from?
Well, clearly, Rampage. I cooked it.
What?
And someone else sent it for me. 'Cause you remember we discussed I was going to take that cooking skill, Chris.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, we discussed that actually. I was going to do that one day.
I think I know who it's from,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure I know who it's from.
I think I was going to take the cooking skill and the poison skill at the same time,
Oh, that sounds so.
just to concern people.
That is concerning.
Rampage, would you like to take the pot and the fish?
I try to figure out who this is.
The
from.
pot is kind of like a frying pan, if you will, but a little bit more
Alright,
primitive.
but I still try to figure out why this fish is here. This is
Rampage,
very fishy.
Rampage, I sent the fish to you, okay? I cooked the fish, and and someone very close to me sent it to you. As thanks. Okay?
I still don't believe you, Nick. I really don't believe you. Especially if it was from you. I'm not having that fish.
It's not from Nick.
Well, technically, I could have cooked it, actually. I mean, doesn't mean I did, but I could have cooked it.
Uh-huh.
So
I'm trying to figure out who this is from.
You feel like, the more you look at the fish, it seems to have been preserved by means that you're not quite familiar with.
Why are you just leading?
Dan has no idea what we're talking about, and that's okay.
No, I'm guessing it has to do with penguins somehow, though.
No, it has to do with someone that was involved in penguins. That's also involved in something else.
Yeah.
That
Someone
involved
maybe that gave us fish for the whole village?
No.
No. I know who it is. I was thinking, but I know who it is now. But the thing is, with my character,
we're making the joke that it's from Raven,
I know.
who is the other character.
I figured
RP,
it out.
Who
But the question is, would my
who is
character?
essentially my character's alien daughter in Dark Heresy.
We don't need
Okay,
a
I just
backstory.
picked
Oh, okay.
fish.
So she likes Rampage, huh? She thinks he's cute? Fastest way to his heart is through his stomach?
Well, at least she's not into Soviet.
Give me a life. Give me a life I can understand. Because this one is very confusing.
Okay.
I take the fish.
Shall I get on with talking about
I
about
think-
Rampage, a well-preserved fish is added to your inventory.
Yep. So
Where do I see this?
shall
I can
speak,
add it to your inventory if you like.
Yes, actually, add it.
Shall
to
I
it.
speak with the hobbits?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I walk up to Björgul. And I say, well, hello, Björgul. We have much to discuss.
Much and very little.
Yes.
Stop with your
I'm not.
wizard talk.
Oh, I'm not aware how much you know of the many orcs in the area, but we've been doing some research on them.
I think it's about life. Life. When life gives you fish.
Much information. How much is the truth? We shall see.
Yes. Well, as always, gathering more information about the enemy is always a good idea, especially if
It
that
is
enemy can
wiser
be
to be wise than fool. But then, the other question comes to afoot. Who is more foolish, the fool or the person who follows the fool?
I don't remember him being like this. Is that just me?
He's very riddle-ish.
But
Or was he that
Another-
person? Oh, he's that person.
Yeah, he was the one who asked, who did the riddles constantly. Every time he attacked
Yes.
someone, he would do a riddle.
Oh.
yes, well,
Mm.
as always, one must strive to be not a fool, but one will always become a fool in
But is
striving.
that the fool's paradox? The actions to be not foolish leads you to actions that are?
But regardless of what one does, one will always be a fool. Yet the wisest of men know that they are fools.
Or are they? Or is it simply the fools that think that? For the wise men know they're wise, and play the fool.
But now, as much fun as it is to talk riddles all day with you, Björgul, sadly, I think we must get on with business.
Are you sure?
Well, let's see. We've got about 7 more orcs to go.
That's good, because I know where another orc camp is. On top of the one
Oh,
you
really?
already have guessed, you know where Orthu's camp is, I've heard. From my
Yes,
agent.
this is true.
But I've also discovered the location of Pax the Mad's camp.
Well, such a name
And
is certainly
how is
working.
this?
Wow. From what I gathered, the mad part is not what you think.
Well,
Angry,
probably
perhaps?
not. No, but I feel his name does sound interesting.
I'm assuming he's mad.
What
But,
type of man?
It would be good to investigate. What do you think? Do you want to go together, or should we investigate separate camps on our own?
Oh, I would love to watch your investigation skills. Perhaps we could learn something. And one
I
of the
feel
ones in
that,
red says, yeah, what not to do.
It's like I feel personally I will learn far more from you than you will learn from
Oh.
me.
But my eyes will gladly watch. But should there be slaying, I'll be there.
So, I think we would prefer not to get into a fight with these particular orcs.
Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
But,
What?
though I have heard that orcs do respect strength.
Some do, some don't. Sometimes strength just means an adversary to destroy.
Yes, for some strength means that they should be respected, feared, followed, or just stabbed in the back with a poison
Fear
blade.
tends not to create respect. Respect must be built by stronger thread.
But,
What?
well, I shall speak to the rest of the group and see where they think we should head first.
I leave you to your counsel.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Dan's house.
Okay.
Hello.
I've been writing a report.
I'm going to walk up to Dan. I'm going to walk up behind Dan, and I'm going to begin poking him in the back of the head.
I will jump with great startlement, cover the report I'm writing, and say, yes.
I'm going to stare at the report he's writing.
As Nick begins to stare at it, the report disappears.
What?
I see you're writing a very secretive report to people you're definitely.
And with that,
reporting to.
Billy has the report suddenly in his hand, all rolled up. Thank you, Dan, for helping me with this. I had to tell my uncle about what's been going on, and your first-person perspective of it is very enlightening. You said some really
you're very
encouraging
I'm going
words.
to walk up to Billy and poke him in the nose.
You can't. I'm not anywhere near there.
No, I'm just going to stare at Billy and say, you're what the villagers call an elven spy. Him,
Oh, we're
he
all
is an actual
spies.
adversary.
You're a spy for the elves. You just don't know it. These trees are spies. These birds are spies. In fact, this
I'm
very
a
house
spy,
is a
and
spy.
Everything
Well,
is a
no,
spy.
The difference is
You're
that I
both
don't
a
attempt
spy.
to
You're a
deny
spy. Your sword's a spy.
being a spy, Billy.
I don't deny anything. I simply report the truth and what the truth represents. And you know what? It's all true, including the lies.
Especially the lies.
Especially the lies. With
But
that
sometimes
said,
lies make
how
you-
can we help you, good sir?
No, I don't need you. Go away.
Oh, but I think you do.
No, I really don't need you, actually, yeah. Well,
Oh.
actually, no, I do need you. Can you go find a Rampage for me? He's
That
out
I could
frolicking in the forest.
definitely do.
So I hear this and I just try to hide.
I think he's
go
out
into-
frolicking in the forest or something.
I go in the cave.
You know us elves, we just love to frolic. And with that, Billy takes a bow.
Does
And,
he
um,
whirl
The
out the
report is
doorway?
no longer in his hand, but now he kind of slips it in Dan's back of his trousers.
I look at Dan and I say, You have two options. We go to or through the Glutton's camp, or we go to what did you say? Pax the Mad?
Yeah.
Man.
Or we go to Pax the Mad's clamp.
What's a clamp?
I feel like maybe a fight. How about we go to the Mad? And if he's really mad or bad, we can eliminate one captain.
Well, I would prefer not to have to do such a thing, personally.
Billy starts waving
I would prefer
at
that
Rampage.
too, but I'd rather have a dead orc than an enemy orc.
Well, I'd rather have an enemy orc who's busy fighting an ally orc, so that they kill each other.
Hi. Hi.
So does that mean
Billy,
once we've recruited
what?
half the orc captains, we're going to dis-recruit the rest?
No.
Well-
Essentially, whichever ones y'all don't
Will become enemies.
will become the enemies.
Yeah.
There's
So,
going to be
we-
rolling involved when we actually do the final thing. So essentially, you're going to get a chance to meet all of them before we actually
Well,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
We're-
saying
we're-
that if
we're-
we succeed at
we're-
half
we're-
of them, are we going to intentionally fail the rest?
No.
Well, no, because
I
some
will
of them-
gladly
some of
allow
them-
you to go ahead.
So some of them may, of course, cause them to, may if we recruit one, it may cause another to become slightly more likely to join the enemy, just due to the two being rivals. But we
Yeah.
haven't heard anything like that yet. So it could be possible that we could recruit 6 out of the 8 orcs, or 8 out of the 8 orcs, or
Well,
only
yes,
2
but
out
if
of
we
the
get
8
all
orcs.
8, then the orcs aren't killing the orcs.
Well, here's the thing: is at that point, what we have is we have a shit ton of orcs killing the guy we wanted dead in the first place, and then supporting our guy in his
Yeah, but we
sort of
don't
war
necessarily
against
want
Dwarf.
our guy to win.
But here's the thing: is ultimately his goal is to go back to Mordor and cause more chaos there.
I mean, as long as that's
also,
what he's doing.
Dan,
Yeah.
I realize I don't know if you got this information, but I think Mr. B revealed something about an orc war chief on the way.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a war chief on the way too, which we should inform the marked one of.
should
Actually,
inform
you know what? I
everyone
need to go
alive.
back to speak to the mayor.
Mhm. Well, yes, I still think we should go to the Mad.
Okay,
The
I need
Glutton
to go
will
back.
probably be able to poison if he doesn't join us.
Okay, so I've gone back to the mayor, DK.
Okay.
I've just sort of walked straight into his office.
And Mr. B sitting in the office
Oh,
smiling. He just grins.
Hello. Oh, hey,
Not,
Mr.
not
B.
speaking with the mayor, just sitting in a seat, in the front office, just sitting there and grinning.
Doctor. We will be heading out soon. We've actually determined the location of a third orc camp from Beergul's information.
He nods, accepting this information.
Have you informed the mayor of our other information already?
Hold on, someone's Skype calling me. No, they're Discord calling me. Bad.
Is it Aerith?
No, I don't even know who this person is.
What's their name?
It
Chris,
starts with an I.
Okay. Can you spell it out for me?
I know who they are.
Okay.
I know you, but you don't know me.
Okay.
I look, Mr. Have you informed the mayor of the other information we obtained already?
No. Should we?
I shall inform him.
Are you sure that wise?
Best he be aware of things.
If you think it best.
So I head over to the
He
mayor.
continues to sit in his chair, grinning.
I head over to the mayor. Mayor.
Yes!
Where
Yes!
did we learn there was a war chief coming, by the way, DK?
Mr. B revealed it to you.
Okay. There's one more piece of information we forgot to inform you about. We just recently uncovered it. There's a slight problem with our current plan.
Oh?
An Orcish war chief is coming here in an attempt to prevent the civil war.
Suddenly, with that, the mayor goes looking at an item with a very furrowed brow, and then a sigh of relief.
Okay.
He isn't here yet.
No, he's not.
How
He is.
do you know when he started leaving to this area? Because he might be coming from Mordor, for all we know.
Did Mr. B tell us this? I don't think he
No.
told us this specifically.
Just that he was coming to fix this problem.
I know very little about this. The good doctor just informed us he was coming.
Who's right outside? I actually have to go, but I'll have my character go and gather fruits and berries and nuts for the village
Okay.
to supplement people's diet and to garner goodwill, of course. It's always good to have more goodwill.
Always.
So you're gonna spend like 20 minutes doing that before we head out on our adventure?
Yeah. Or I figure it'd probably be more like an hour, because I figure everyone will want to gather food and supplies again.
That's a good point.
But
I think we started preparing for this beforehand. I think we told the mayor, so he started preparing while we went out to the Hobbit village to get the. So.
Fair enough. But for a short while, then I'll assist.
Okay.
Anyway.
No,
but-
we do not know when he is
Are
coming.
you going to be coming back then, or no? Probably not then, I guess so.
9.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care, Dan.
Bye.
Bye then. No, we do not know when he left, where he's coming from, or when he will be arriving. At least I do not. The good doctor informed us of this, so perhaps he has more information he has not revealed to us.
Maybe. And only maybe. Who's that again?
Gorgal, son of Bolg.
So, are you guys talking in the chat?
I was making sarcastic comments in the chat.
Okay. Okay. Does the mayor respond in any way?
He taps his shoulders with his arms crossed. I'll keep a lookout, but be careful.
You know me. Just sneaking into orc camps on a daily basis.
I like how Rampage says yes, yes, or yes.
But we should be heading out. We should be speaking to our certain I suppose, acquaintance within the Orcs. Inform him of this new information and our own plans. I'm sure he will very much want to know of the war chief.
Are y'all ready to go off?
Yeah, I think I am. Rampage, do you want to head off?
I was wanting to do something first.
Oh, go for it.
So I want to see if there's any better version that I can actually afford for the short bow.
Do you have any money? Oh, you know what, Chris? I know what I should do. I know what I should be doing. I should... You know what, Rampage, do you just want to spend this episode role-playing? And not really get anything done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
That's fine with me then. We can spend a bunch of time role-playing today. We only have another 45 minutes left in the episode anyway.
Oh, just for y'all's curiosity, I was going to show you what Vlad's camp looked like once I get over there. Sorry, Pax's camp.
Wow!
I saw a bit of it earlier before I had a lot of these. Are we in fortification?
I spy with my little eye something that wants to poke you.
Chris, are we in fortifications?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yes!
Y'all are in a collapsed fortification that has been
Chris,
demolished.
Is that just a bloody sheet of metal there?
It's rusty.
What's those things on the other side? We've got the blue scaly thing and the weird psychedelic thing and...
Oh, these things right here.
Yeah.
Those
in here, in this circle, what are those?
They're paintings.
So he's got... Oh, hey, there's a paintbrush behind him, too.
I like his colored coat.
Also, Chris, what is that? Is that big red thing behind him meant to be a bucket of paint?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the best paint because it's red.
Okay, so just based on the map, he likely enjoys painting. Also, Chris, I notice you have a giant stack of documents on the map as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's everything they should do but haven't done.
Are those something we can actually interact with?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
My name's Hi.
Okay, so let's head back to the village, Rampage. You said you were going to the blacksmith to see if you could get a better short bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, give me a second. It takes me a few tries to get over back to the village.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're at the village.
I shall let Rampage attempt to find his short bow.
Which one is it? Is it this one? This one.
I think it's the top one.
Is it? Is it the top one, DK?
What now?
Is the blacksmith the top one?
The bottom one.
Bottom one.
There you go.
All right. So I walk in.
Mhm.
And
do you remember the blacksmith's name?
No.
Really? You don't? Why not?
No. Because we play this every week, and a lot's been happening since you told me his name. And I don't actually know this person in person.
That's okay. That's okay. Not remembering someone's name means that Chris has it written down and is going to screw with us, or Chris most likely doesn't have it written down and is going to make up a new one.
Albert comes over to you, the owner of the Spitfire Armory. You also know that you actually see Jacob, the dwarf, who you know from before, and also his daughter Rachel.
Oh.
I actually did write it down. I was just messing with you.
That's what I thought.
I was
Do it.
prepared for this. I was actually just buying time for myself to find it in the document.
I was curious how long you would screw with Rampage with that one.
Yeah, these are things I wrote down. So Albert
Yeah.
sees you come into his store and says, "Ah, you're the young elf that I sold those red steel arrows to.
Yes.
Have they served you well?"
Yes.
"Most excellent, I am glad to hear that. It always pleases me to hear when a quality weapon performs its job as designed.
Yes.
How are you doing?"
Good.
"Excellent. What can I help you with, laddie?"
I was looking for a better version of the short bow.
"Really?
Yes.
He notices the wood it's made of. "You know, forgive me, laddie, for mentioning this. You know, a longbow might do more damage."
Short bow.
"A longbow be much larger and would hit for a little bit more damage. But, of course, whatever you'd like. There's a limitation on how much pull strength a short bow could handle before..." And he takes a bow from a shelf. And you can tell he didn't make this bow. He pulls on it really hard, and the wood snaps. As you can see, this is what happens when you put too much pull strength on such weak wood.
Hmm.
This is why I concentrate on arrows and not bows. But a bow that has greater length will allow more pull strength, more option before failure. Else, you end up with what used to be considered a great weapon, and now it is scrap." He hands you the destroyed short bow that he took from his shelf.
Aren't but longbows can't be used at short range.
Why?
I remember you told me.
We talked about this before. That wasn't so.
They
We checked.
they have to fire at disadvantage at short range.
Yeah.
We checked. The rule doesn't actually say that.
Yes, it does.
Where?
Yeah.
I very specifically recall the rule saying that if you're outside of the given ranges, you fire at disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Yeah.
But that regardless, that doesn't matter right now. Is Chris going to go look it up now?
Yeah,
Yes.
because I remember we had this discussion before.
And I'm pretty
And you
sure
should
every
remember
time
that you were right.
pretty sure every time at the end of that discussion, we were very certain that
Yes, we were.
firing a longbow at too close range did bad things.
Yes.
I don't recall that's what our decision was, actually.
No, it was. It was. It definitely was.
Regardless, Chris, we should probably continue.
Well, I'm gonna go look at bows real quick as well,
Yes.
because that's kind of an important thing.
Yes.
No.
Do that. Do you? You do you.
That's
Do
sorry,
it.
Chris.
Chris,
Chris, just make him a red steel bow.
Yep, just make me a red steel bow. Hashtag heart eye emoji. Hashtag now. Hashtag life heart eye emoji. Hashtag heart eye emoji.
Hashtag crying emoji. By the way, Chris, I'm apparently carrying 54 pounds.
I know. I feel so sorry for it.
It's crazy.
Though I think I know why I'm carrying so much weight.
Why?
Well, I'm apparently carrying 2 sets of the same hide armor and great bow.
So, oh, my.
I literally have my great bow on my thing twice, except one time it only weighs 10 pounds, and the other time it weighs 2 pounds. I have
What?
2 sets, and I apparently have 2 separate sets of hide armor.
Nick, your character thing is just weird,
Okay,
okay?
I just checked the rules. That is not how it works.
Okay, well, you know what? We shall continue to
The
say that's how
smaller
it works.
number is the number that you can fire at with normal. If it goes beyond that, it's considered disadvantage. The second number is at disadvantage. The first number, if it's from 0 to that, it's at normal.
Mhm.
And if it goes beyond that, it's at disadvantage.
Okay.
And that's exactly what the rule says. It says the smaller number is the normal range.
And so then
And
the
the large
second
number is the long
the
range.
maximum range.
Your attack roll has disadvantage when your target is beyond the normal range. That's what the D&D rulebook says.
Okay. By the way, Chris, though, why do I have 2 sets of my same armor?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm
Angela
going
was
to
great.
I'm going to delete one because that doesn't make any sense.
It may hurt your armor. It may not, though.
Actually, never mind. I can't delete things.
Good job!
So, no, the longbow, in fact, doesn't have disadvantage at short range. And nothing
Does
for...
it make it harder to stealth
No.
fit through smaller gaps?
No, Rampage. It doesn't matter. Just
These are questions I must know the answer to.
get on with your bow choosing.
I ask for a selection of bows.
Okay. I'm kind of looking at a particular quality.
By the way, did anybody else get a gold bar?
No.
Oh no, it was a gold bar for the entire group, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was meant to be
so that's what
split.
it was. Yeah, it was the gold bar for the group that I. Yeah, because I just remembered I was carrying a gold bar. Okay.
Yeah, it was meant to be split.
So, well, you can't exactly split a gold bar into 4 pieces very easily.
I know, but we're
So
all meant
you kind of have to like actually. You actually have to like sell the gold bar or find a blacksmith to melt it for you.
Yeah.
Question.
Or you
Like
take shivers off.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the only negative thing about the great bow is it's heavy, which does not affect any creature that is not small. See, like hobbits, they would have an issue using it. But elves, humans, that doesn't mean anything. Heavy only affects small creatures. Like hobbits, fairies, etc., etc.
Spiders.
Cookies, so forth. Cookie robots. Yeah, they would have problems.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember last time when we did the rule reading, it came out the same way. Let's see, known. Why are you telling us your known lands, Rampage?
I'm spamming things.
You're
You
telling
know,
us about. You're telling us all your secrets.
I know. I don't care.
I shall not look
Character
into secrets.
doesn't care.
So, Chris, I also entered the blacksmith.
Okay.
Why? You're not. You know I'm. That handle blacksmith.
Well, you know what? Just so Chris has something to roleplay while looking for bows for Rampage.
There, like, by the way, the standard game only has 2 bows.
What?
Yeah.
No, like there isn't a better bow he can give you is the problem.
Well, there's the culture heirloom, but if I give you that, that's a problem.
Wait, the thing is you can't give him that.
Yeah.
It
would
very
not be right.
specifically says that you can only get it by taking it as part of the virtue that gives you a cultural heirloom, or by, in very, very rare cases, as loot.
Four will
So the-
rule.
So the only real other thing you could do is you could get a longbow. Or a great bow, as this game calls it.
Me.
But Chris, I shall enter the blacksmith. I shall speak to Albert. Ah, Albert.
Ah! What can I help you with, good Nick?
Well, I would like something appraised. I don't. Do you have any skill in this by any chance?
With that, the blacksmith kind of rolls his eyes and pulls out his scale and a magnifying glass.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put a gold bar on said scale.
He stares at it for a moment and picks up the gold ingot. He takes out his magnifying glass.
Mm-hmm.
He studies the gold bar closely.
Okay.
It's worth more than I thought initially, worth less than you think.
Well, you don't know what I think, so I don't expect it to honestly be worth that much.
I don't get it.
It might be. It's not pure gold. To a casual observer, it would be, but it seems to have been mixed with something.
I assume you can't tell what very easily.
Couple of things. Some very expensive metals, some less expensive metals. You could probably make some fine jewelry out of this, but if you really want its value in gold, well, I'd have to melt it down to its individual things and separate it.
I take it that's not a particularly easy task.
Not impossible.
Well, as a casual observer that I am, what do you think my best use for such an object would be?
You could make some. You could probably strengthen something with it. Some of the properties of the metals aren't exactly. Well, gold isn't exactly something you would want to put on something that you cherish, but the other metals that form this alloy, semi-alloy, because you could see separation, some of them might strengthen something and provide some other effects.
Mm-hmm.
Though, some of the... There is one metal here I'm not quite sure. But when I melt it down, I'd be able to identify it. As I said, it's kind of part alloy and part separated. Like, not all the metals were willing to be integrated, if you will.
Yeah. I shall leave it with you to be melted down, then.
I'll separate it out into its individual things.
Yes, it was the group payment for our last job of retrieving food from the Hobbit village. So, figured I best get it appraised.
Fair enough.
On another note, how goes your shop?
Well, good as any. I have this elf here trying to buy a new bow. But I'm afraid I'd have to create one for him.
Seem to be a busy man these days.
Well, actually, and he looks at Rampage and says, I do have something that might interest you, but
Tell
it's a
me.
bit of a gamble.
What is it?
Would you want it in the short bow variant or long bow variant?
Preferably short.
If you preferably wish short, then I'm afraid you're going to have to find me some better wood. The wood I have access to will crack in the short bow variant.
And the long?
The long I could make you now, because the longer bow gives extra strength. But if you very much have your mind set on the short bow, I could send you on a short quest.
I'm not sure we particularly have time for that these days.
Oh, I'm sure you could fit it in your schedule. It's not that out of your way.
Sure.
The blacksmith asked to see y'all's map real quick.
Okay, I shall hand him my map.
And he circles an area and says, "This be a good strong dark oak. With this I could make your short bow."
Wait.
All I would need is 2 long logs should do it. And I mean long. And he kind of takes his hand and he measures out about 6 feet. And he says, "I need 2 of these." If you do this for me, your bow will be on the house. Consider that extra incentive.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, well, I shall check in with Rachel.
Rachel stares at you, wondering if in your adventures you had found any of her parts for her crossbow.
How have you been doing?
Fine. How goes it? I hear you're mixed up with some sort of orcish civil war? You know how maddening that sounds. Doesn't exactly sound like the safe thing to do.
Meh.
Oddly enough, it's probably the safer of the 2 options.
If you say so. But, you know what? After the Civil War, now you've got a bunch of angry orcs that are bored.
Well, no. If all goes well, all the orcs will be dead.
I don't know. That marked one seems a little cleverer than most orcs.
Yeah, but, no. Well, our options are have a civil war or let a bunch of orcs sit around raiding.
I like neither.
But, sadly, we've not had time to look for supplies.
Well, I understand you have been a bit busy. I was hoping
we made
you headed off to the Woodman town, but looks like you didn't make it.
We made it almost halfway there before being waylaid by a bunch of men who were infected with spiders.
Ugh. Be cautious with that.
So it's kind of weird. But we made it almost halfway there, at least. Well, I suppose. Now, you said the materials you needed to make the crossbow were not easy to come by, correct?
This is true.
The materials to make the parts?
Yes.
This is interesting to note. Yeah, that's really all I had. I had better get out and continue our work.
Oh, by the way, Rampage,
Yes.
the bow I'm gonna give you has a very special property.
What is the property?
Biting dart.
What is that?
When you attack, you make 2 attack rolls. If both of them hit, you get to hit twice. If any one of those fail, you miss both shots.
Hmm.
But that's double damage.
Mm-hmm. But you could not hit either.
Yeah, it's a bit. You take a bit of a gamble, but with your bowmanship, you don't really miss very often.
Yeah.
So, Rampage, would you like to go out to head out and see the marked one?
Can we stop by and try to get some wood?
We shall do so afterwards.
Alright.
Okay. Chris, we're going to head out and see the marked one.
Okay.
Hi!
We
Don't
kind
ask how
of
we traveled so fast.
we kind of we walk outside of town. We find some of his orcish scouts. We inform them we'd like to see him, and kind of go to his camp. So, I shall approach the marked one.
Don't ask how Billy got here, he just got here. Billy was,
Following.
he saw us going away and he came. That's exactly what happened. Exactly.
Oddly enough, you always seem to meet him in the same space, as if he just waits there. But you know he doesn't. Your scouts from the town tell you that he does not. It seems when he notices you're coming, he makes himself available to you. Where he has his camp, you do not know yet.
Oh, marked one.
Ah!
How
How you doing? Hmm?
So we have a bit more information.
Oh,
Oddly enough, we haven't actually visited another orc camp yet.
really?
We spoke to several friends in the Hobbit village, Arceus and Burgle. You may remember them.
Oh, I know Arceus quite well. The Poison Master.
Yes. But Burgle and his Hobbit buddies prepared the ground ahead of time for the very specific boat.
I'm familiar with him. I met him briefly.
He gave us a bit more information and gave us the location of Pax the Mad's camp. But
I know the captain's name, but I'm not familiar with him.
so we have decided we will be heading there next.
Be careful. I heard he was mad.
We do have something else to note.
I do have a hint for you, though. I do have a hint.
Yep.
He's not mad in the angry way. More mad in the head.
Yes.
Alright.
At least that's what I've been told.
But no, there's a slight problem.
What's
What's
that?
the problem?
An Orcish war chief is on his way.
Woo!
Not surprising.
Apparently comes to stop the Civil War.
Oh, he'll be much too late. And with that, the Marked One has a smile. Much too late to stop
But
it.
we do know he's coming and that he has not arrived yet. So
Oh, I know. He's not even anywhere near. He's departed most recently. And I assure you, I've laid delaying tactics should he grow near. He might arrive.
did he depart?
Hmm?
Did he depart from Mordor itself?
Oh, yes. Yes, he was there before. That is where he must come from. And he is quite a far away.
Yes, that will take him much time. To get
And that
here.
is time he does not have. I made sure to move everything accordingly.
Yes.
Do you
This
know
is
how
good.
hard it would have been to find these war bands without that fool ringing his bell? Don't worry, the despoiler shall go down quite easily.
Yes.
Once
No, we
we
just
have
have-
everything ready.
Now we just have to prepare the other captains for their role in this.
For they be puppets in this theater.
Yes. As requested, however,
As-
the town is.
As the orc chieftain is himself. He just does not know.
Yes, as requested earlier, the town has agreed to provide certain colorful fabrics.
Oh,
To,
that will
present.
definitely help indeed.
Our certain friend Vlad, the cooler the Vlad. So, I suspect with the information gathered on him, it should be relatively easy to begin convincing him.
Oh, I should say, we found the little girl that you told us of.
Yes.
She hasn't told us much, but my scouts are bringing her here. She might be here in, say, a couple of days. After you're done with that camp, maybe you'd want to talk to her. See if you could squeeze any information out. I would do it, but I don't think she trusts me. I wonder why.
No, probably not. You are an orc.
Hi, Rampage.
That's it.
Hi, me is Rampage.
I would question, however, how you came about those marks.
Oh, that is a good story. An old story. It involves 2 elves and a lot of inappropriate touching on their part.
What?
You know those elves, they like to touch your face. They don't even ask permission.
No, they don't. They never do.
And he looks over to you, Rampage. Do you go off touching orcs' faces and not ask them if you can?
No.
That's very inappropriate, don't you agree?
I don't do that.
Do they
Good.
just like?
Then you're not like
Do they
most
just-
elves. Elves, they like to touch everything.
Do they just
Me and
kind
Billy
of
don't go up to people and
their
just
hands
touch.
on your face and make you kneel?
Neil? No, no, no. There were chains involved the first time.
Uh, Those damn elves, man.
Mm. Well,
Some of them, they just can't
one
keep
of them
them hands themselves.
gave me this red one here. Been nothing but bad advice it gives. There's this blue one here. Turns out it gave a lot more sounder advice. Didn't tell me to do things, it told me to watch. It would make bets with me. It'd say, those guys chasing those dwarfs, they're all going to die. They're falling into a trap. I would watch, and they'd fall into the trap, just like the monk said. I realized something. This blue one here has given me wisdom. This red one just gives me stupidity. And I've learned to stop trusting the red mark. The blue mark tells me the truth. Gives me wisdom. If I listen to it, I live. My people live. My unit lives. Take
But
that
you must
whatever you
remember,
wish.
Malakaz. All of it is the truth, especially the lies.
Possibly.
But yes, we must be going now. We have to grab some wood quick.
Oh, what kind of wood are you searching for?
Just some nice dark oak.
And with that, he turns to the wood and goes, I was going to whistle, but I can't. And suddenly, two goblin-like creatures come out, both with axes. Take them with you. They'll help you with your dark oak.
Okay, I suppose that works.
And with that, the orc turns around. So, Elfie, you making yourself more bows?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Try to remember not to shoot me. This, okay?
Why would I?
I don't know. Why would you? I don't know. I keep seeing elves, and then they touch my face. It hurts a lot. I don't know why y'all like to do this.
I don't get it. I don't.
First one
So,
worked for the Shadow, and the other worked for some jerk. Don't even know who.
Meh.
You know what? Those don't seem very much like Mirkwood elves. The Mirkwood elves, they just...
Oh no, the Mirkwood elves, they plot, they tinker, they plan, and then they do nothing. And they plot, and they tinker, and they start planning, and they do nothing again. And then
'Cause
suddenly
they're
a
gonna
bunch
lie.
of orcs die mysteriously. Oh, I know the effects of the plotting and the planning and everything else, and the tinkering. Oh, I know the effect of the tinkering. But
What is the effect of the tinkering?
Well, at least they don't shove their hands in your face, right?
oh, they want to. They definitely want to. But they don't want to touch you with their hands. They want to touch you with arrows. Not sure which is worse. They both hurt.
How? How does hands work? Hurt.
Elfish
Well-
magic is mysterious to me, as my orcish magic is mysterious to you. But
Just seems more
my
like a good
orcish
excuse.
magic keeps that elfish magic away.
So, seems less like magic and more like a knowledge of how the world works.
Oh, shh. I must keep some of my secrets.
Perhaps
At
one
least
day
for
I
my
shall
pride.
convince. Perhaps one day I shall convince you otherwise.
Now I wish I just had the fire ability where I can make him have to do a saving throw not to go to the fire. Now I wish I just had that.
So, one of these days I'll have to get around to actually visiting another town.
DK, when's the next time that I get to choose a spell?
I'm not sure.
We gotta find out. Because I actually want that.
Actually, I think
is
level 8, actually.
Is that part of, that's part of a virtue, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to take a virtue for that? Yeah, you have to wait till level 8 and take it as your character improvement.
Me.
Okay. Well, perhaps one day I shall convince you otherwise, but...
Oh, don't think I delude myself.
He deludes
But-
himself.
But
But
as I said, I must keep up appearances.
one of these days I will have to get around to actually visiting another town, unfortunately.
And as that, the marked one looks behind himself. Orcish magic! And then he stops, and then the rest of his troop, you hear a lot of other orcs go, Strongest magic! And then he looks back at you with a nod. And a tilted head. And a slight shake.
Orcish mag.
One day I shall have to visit another town. I have many supplies I need to buy.
Well, I wish you luck with that one.
Fortunately, I don't think it'll be easy. I may have to go far and wide to find them. It'll take much time.
Maybe you would need to travel less if you took a more aggressive approach. And with that, he kind of knocks himself with his hand. Kind of like hits the red mark with his hand. And he says, Ignore I said that.
Well, we should be going. I'll have to get wood.
Fair enough. Allow me not to interrupt your travels further. And
Okay,
the
Rampage.
goblins come with you to chop the trees.
Let us get our wood. Shall we just say we got the wood and went back to town?
Yep.
For time's sake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we arrived back at the blacksmith's house with the wood.
Yeah, for some reason you seem to be carrying the wood in a kind of a questionably designed cart.
We got lots more than he asked for.
Yeah, y'all totally
Like,
did.
Lots more.
But
We
the thing
got-
is, the cart has a very squeaky wheel. You know, because
So we just pull up outside the blacksmith's house and I go and I knock on his door.
And you notice one of the wheels is kind of squarish and it's not circular. You're starting to wonder if maybe carrying the wood would have been a better idea than to use the orcish cart.
Hey,
Orcish
it allowed us to
magic,
carry a
Sean's
lot
magic.
more wood though.
I
But I walk into the blacksmith's shop and I look for Albert.
Hi. So
Hi, laddie!
We
Oh,
have a
already
large
back,
cart
I see.
filled with wood.
And he looks at the wood. Ah, good dark wood.
I think we got a bit more than you asked for.
That is fortunate. It's cut in a very strange way, but it will work just fine.
Yes, a very strange way indeed.
And Jacob looks at the wood and says, Ah, Taz, I would have done it. See, you cannot hurt anyone else. As he starts yelling at the wood. And with that, Albert just starts massaging
Hey,
his forehead.
I
Leave
tell
the
him-
wood alone, Jacob.
No, I tell him. So this one time the trees actually started to attack us.
And with that, Jacob says, "See? See? See?"
I mean, they were actually hitting us. They were moving. It's true. The trees are
And
against
Jacob's like,
people.
"See?" Just like pointing at y'all, going, "See? See? I told you don't laugh at me. I knew the trees were plotting.
They
The
are.
blacksmith is surrounded by them. I shall
The
destroy
trees
them
are-
all." And Elder's like,
No,
"No,
Jacob,
no.
the trees aren't plotting. They just weren't looking where they were going, and they ran into the trees.
No, they were trying to kill us.
No, you just weren't watching where you
They
were
were trying to
going.
kill us.
You had been watching where you were going. You would have seen that branch rampage.
No, the tree was just like, I want to kill you.
No,
They tried to kill us.
I specifically ducked under that branch and attempted to warn you it was there. And you
No,
looked at
no,
you into that branch.
no, that isn't what happened. And actually, I don't know where you're going with that. I don't know where that. What was that? Because I'm talking about the time where the trees were trying to scare us. Because
Yeah,
of
the wood wight.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm making stuff up out of my head.
Why are you trying to hide that? I don't get it.
Because
We don't want the dwarf to be crazy.
I want to be crazy though.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
With that,
Reaching
Jacob
effect-
is already
No.
gone, and he starts going after the trees around the blacksmith. That he's going to make them all pay for what they did to Rampage.
Well, Albert, you have good luck with that dwarf.
With that, Albert looks over at Rachel, and Rachel grabs apparently a bow that she has, and she heads off to outside the blacksmith. She knocks an arrow, fires it, and just fires directly at the axe, and the axe is no longer in his hands.
What?
That works for me. I'm gonna go find Wilbur.
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 Wilger.
Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Well, no, don't you remember? It's the magnificent talking horse, Mr. Ed.
No, I don't, DK. I never saw that show.
You never watched the incredible talking horse, Mr. Ed?
I didn't even know that
Unless,
existed.
of course, see, Mr. Ed. So that was the horse saying, I think the owners of the horse was Wilbur, so he'd be like,
Hi.
Wilbur.
So, I'm gonna go find Wilbur the arborist.
Wilbur.
Okay.
Wilbur.
You find Wilbur, sharpening his axe.
Oh, Wilbur, good to see you.
Ah, sensible people again. What can I do for you? Do you need to speak business or pleasure?
Actually, I was slightly concerned about having a few trees replanted, actually.
Where?
And I show him my map where we cut down the dark oak trees.
I'll need to find some saplings for the dark oak.
Sadly, we cut a few trees down, but those with us were not as skilled as you were. So I felt it a good idea to make sure that things were properly replanted so that such resources could be used again in the future.
Did they leave any dark oak wood?
We didn't cut down all the trees, obviously.
Are you gonna ask me if they did or not?
Sure, I shall ask
They
you.
cut
Did
all
we
the
cut
dark
down?
oak wood trees.
Oh, okay. Yes, they cut down all of the dark oak wood trees, so
With that, Wilbur seems a little saddened.
Uh,
I'll need
I'm
to
ho-
find
I'm hoping-
some sprouts then, saplings.
yes,
Might be a while before I could plant them, and then, it'll
Yes.
probably take another, 20 to 50 years until they're ready to be harvested again.
yes, but better to replant now than replant in 30 years.
Yes, best not rob the children.
Yes, but regardless, you want to keep the cycle of the forest going as well, of course. Perhaps some saplings have been left behind. I don't know how thoroughly our friends cleaned it out.
I could look, see what the damage is.
But,
Who cut the wood?
Don't tell
do
me.
you want me to tell you the truth?
Oh, I most definitely do.
They looked like goblins.
Wilbur rolls his eyes. I've got a bad feeling about this. Well, good day, sir. I'll see what the damage is.
That's great. That's so great. Oh my god.
Good luck to you, Wilbur.
As Wilbur starts walking out of the town, he stops and looks at the cart, and he shudders.
Is he looking at the cart or at the wood in the cart?
He's looking at the wood used to construct the cart. And he's looking at the wooden wheels, and that one of them is somewhat squarish.
I say don't worry about it.
And how all the wheels are of different sizes.
I'm going to approach Wilbur. Would you
No.
like to know where we got the cart?
He looks at you and goes, No. Just tell me you will burn it afterwards.
And I say,
Only
give me a
if I can
seal.
find.
He starts
Only
pointing.
if,
They didn't even use nails. Some of that
How
is
did
held
they
up by twine. Not
I
twine
need
that
to
you would
burn-
bundle wood in. Twine that you would maybe use to catch a fish. A small one.
It's fine. We
Maybe
we
you
will,
might even use it to make a shirt. But not to hold up wood.
Yes, we will make sure that the cart is thoroughly burned.
Or return it and then burn it. They should know.
We shall burn it in front of them. Does that make you feel better?
Better. And he's like, I don't even want to look at the wood in the cart.
There is a reason.
Shakes his head and leaves.
There is. I look at Wilbur and say, "There is a reason I came to you and asked you to go look at where we took the wood from."
With my luck, they've already salted the earth.
Yes, I think I would much prefer to use your assistance in the future when cutting wood.
Did they salt the earth after you left?
Well, Chris, did we watch them salt the earth?
They waved at you as they loaded the cart. You left without seeing what they did.
Maybe. Maybe.
He just shakes his head again and leaves.
This is
You can see why I contacted Wilbur about this.
By the way, Rampage, do you know what it is to salt the earth?
No.
The idea is if you salt the earth, you prevent anything from growing again. It makes the land not able to grow anything. So
I
the
find
idea
that salting
is you destroy the crops, and then you then you salt the earth to prevent anything from ever regrowing there.
So I'm going to remove all of the wood from the cart and then take the cart back out to find Malakaz.
Okay.
Wait, we're actually gonna burn it in front of him?
So I'm going to take a nice axe and a good thing to use to light something on fire with me.
Malakaz pops up, says, you brought our good cart back.
Yes. Where are the... Yes, Malakaz. You see this cart here?
Yes.
I take the axe, and I swing the axe, and I cut the square wheel off.
That may be an improvement.
And then I would continue chopping the cart into very small pieces.
Malakaz is curious of why you're doing this, but it humors him.
But-
Some of the people that are out in the trees, you could feel frowns and sadness because that was the good cart.
Then I pile the cart up. I take all the pieces and I pile it into a pile. And then, after it's all become a pile, I light it on fire.
Alright, I need you to roll me a D100.
Wouldn't that be a survival check, though, DK?
Yeah, that would.
actually, you could totally roll a survival check instead.
Okay. Let's see. Is it survival?
I'm gonna. Yeah, it is. When I was trying to light a fire, it was survival.
Yeah, so... And I actually get advantage for survival checks.
Shen
Okay, but you have a really high penalty.
What? I got a 22.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah, easy.
Good thing you had advantage.
Or you probably would have set yourself on fire.
No, you would discover how unflammable wood is.
Yes, I know wood is unflammable.
Okay, so to explain this, Rampage, if you cut
Wood itself
wood
is
down
not
and try to set it on fire,
flammable.
wood doesn't just naturally burn. There's like certain requirements needed.
You actually need like
Why
a bunch
did
of
you pour
tinder.
lava on it? Would that make it burn?
No, that would just destroy
Chris-
it.
Chris,
Done.
there's a very specific reason I said I cut it into very, very small pieces.
Yeah, but then you didn't mention any accelerant or how you were actually going to start the fire.
But,
He brought a lighter and he lit it on.
There aren't
So Chris,
lighters.
did I succeed at lighting it on fire with a 22?
Really have to think about it.
I know it
That's-
is.
You know that's
you could have gone
essentially
natural 20.
right?
You could have got a 23. DK, what do we do here?
That's as
Alright,
close as I can be
you-
critting without critting.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. You started a small fire.
And then I'm going to start feeding into the fire some nice, like, dried grass.
Oh, is it actually flammable dead grass?
Yes.
So to explain Rampage, I accidentally locked myself out and I tried to make a torch in real life.
What?
I accidentally dropped my key out in my backyard and it was pitch black. So I tried to make a torch by taking a lighter, gathering dead grass, and wrapping it in a twine of kind of threads of vine that I found. So I tried to make a real-life torch, with the fuel being the dried grass, hoping that would, hold a fire. The dried grass lit up for like 0.0 seconds and immediately doused itself. The rest of the dried grass did not catch fire.
Good job, dry grass.
That
Well,
dried
point
grass
is,
is supposed to be extremely flammable, especially here in Texas. But no.
I'm.
Like this. I am very slowly feeding dry grass into it.
The vines were slightly more flammable than the dried grass.
I begin slowly feeding tinder into the fire to help kindle it, occasionally blowing lightly on it to fuel the airflow.
I'm not here. I don't know. I don't know this is happening.
So the March one just starts laughing.
I begin slowly, increasing the piles of tinder. I begin slowly putting on new pieces of the cart, as need be, to slowly build the fire up.
Several orcs suddenly come, and they start putting kind of a weird wooden pikes on both sides of the fire.
Okay.
And the pikes end up in a kind of a fork, with a two-pronged fork. And suddenly a very long stick with a pig in the center of it is dragged over to the fire. A hand crank is inserted, and and the orcs are now hand cranking an orc over your fire.
An orc, not a pig, an orc.
No. The pig's on the spit. Sorry, I was saying the orc was pulling the hand crank.
I then look at Malakaz and informed him, next time you build a cart, use nails. Or at least some stronger twine.
They don't give us nails.
Then make nails.
With a smile, we has no blacksmith. Well,
then you
when
better
I say
find
we have no blacksmith here. Now, if this was home, yeah, we'd make a cart with nails, but when you're shipped on the other side of the world, one does not have the... As one does not simply walk into Mordor, one does not simply carry poorly constructed carts across Middle-earth.
So, next time, ask for nails or something. Don't just make a cart like that. One of the wheels was square. Square!
It's much better
How
than
can
the...
you make a square wheel?
With that, the Marked just kind of has a wicked smile on his face, and he says, better than the triangle wheels the other guys made.
Like, seriously, get someone to make you carts or something. There are other villages out there, aren't there? There gotta be at least some that don't completely hate orcs.
They all do. They all do. Be no craftsman here.
You better fix that.
Oh, when I get home, I will. I will. But till then...
Say hi.
And someone else brings another card out. And this one has triangle wheels. Two of the wheels are triangles, and the last wheel is pyramid shaped.
I'm going to take
my. Gotta burn that.
I'm going to take my axe and I'm going to cut all the wheels off. I think it should slide across the ground better now.
Nah, I always told the boys to lift. I call it strength training.
Yes. Yeah, it'll work much better now that you don't have those stupid triangle things on the end of your, at the end of the spots you hold them with.
What's wrong with pyramid shaped wheels? As the March one just starts laughing at the ridiculousness of it.
Because it's not a wheel. A wheel is round.
It could be worse. And he has another cart that has cylinder wheels that are vertical cylinders.
But you those could have worked if you just put them horizontal like.
They were fused at the top and the bottom.
You could have done that so much better.
So so both ends have logs coming out of them, and then the centers are drilled. It's as if someone has never seen or heard of a wheel before.
Nick has left.
Oh, it is 9:51, isn't it?
Oh, let's head back to the village and, yeah. Let's finish up.
Okay.
At the village. Because Nick left.
That's probably a good idea.
I'm still here.
There we go.
I never left.
You never left.
Been recording for an hour.
Really?
An hour
Feels
and 40
more
minutes.
like 2 hours.
An hour and 41 minutes. Hour 41 minutes.
Okay.
So, he just kind of. So this is where Nick left, and
Oh, by
we
the
just
way,
returned.
since you're here, I'll tell you a funny joke. If you zoom in on the watchtowers, look at the faces of the guards on the watchtower.
What?
Do you see the face of the guards on the watchtower?
Yeah.
Do you know what that face is? It doesn't look anything like y'all's faces. You may notice that, right?
Yeah. What's the joke?
Okay, I will help you with this one. Do you see it now?
Yes, I see it now.
I used Raven's face for those guards.
I see it now.
Made some minor adjustments. But the eyebrows all red. I squished that face to make that face. And I hate the guard's face. See, Raven's works because she has I made her have a big face. But anyway, I just thought that would be funny, worth mentioning.
Why do you do those things?
Do what things?
Like, make those things.
What things?
Do that. Make two characters have the same face. Right? Why? Why?
Oh, I was trying to come up with guards really quickly. And I was on a time restraint. This isn't behind the scenes action. See, the thing is, did anyone notice that before I mentioned it?
No.
No one would ever know. Those are the only NPCs that have a similar face.
Honestly, I don't think anyone else noticed.
Yes, because normally when you look at the town, you're very zoomed out. You don't zoom in on the guards. The guards had no value to you. You didn't even care what they looked like. Just knew they existed.
Yeah. I only knew they existed. I knew nothing else.
See, remember, I like to put little details somewhere, and that was kind of like a little... You may also notice Arceus has a mask on his face.
I knew that. I noticed that one. Not too long ago, actually. I noticed that one while we were playing earlier today.
Yeah, he's always had that mask. Ever since the beginning. I'm sorry, I would like to mention that I hate this Santa Claus that I made.
I also noticed something, and I don't know if you did this on purpose. The brown spots on this person are the same for the brown spots on Billy.
Okay, on which person?
Almost the exact same. There's a little difference, but
Oh, Billy's uniform is a gradient, and his original gradient was when I had Billy in the villains category.
Yep.
See, this is Billy's original look.
Yeah, they're equal. Yeah, they look the same.
Yeah.
Where the spots are, they look the same.
And you may notice with Billy's new character, nothing has really changed. His face remains the same. It's just he's cleaned up.
Yeah. Alright, let's get back to the actual, roleplay part.
Also,
Yes.
are you talking about where, the little black spots on the armor?
Yeah.
That's the chainmail. I decided anyone who had chainmail got that.
No. Like the brown spots. Like here.
Oh, you mean the gradient? Yeah.
Yeah, they're the same.
Well, actually, see, the old Billy...
Look, same.
Yeah.
Sameness. There's sameness in the world.
Yeah.
They're both 0 feet. Look at that. They're both 0 feet long.
Yeah, you may notice that Billy also has 2 swords. Billy is based off of the Hobbits. A little bit. But
A
obviously
little?
certain changes were made. Ah!
I saw a tree move!
Okay.
I saw a tree move!
Yeah, I had to be careful. Some of these trees have really big hitboxes.
Dab boxes. The dab will take over. Once again.
Okay.
1! Again. Why are you moving trees?
No reason, I was just checking. Alright, so what do we gotta do?
I'm giving him the wood.
He has the wood. It'll take him a while to make a bow.
How long is a while?
Next episode,
On Dragon Ball
Ball
Z.
Z. Which means I think that we've hit a good stopping point. It's like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, meh. Who
Alright,
cares?
so guys, I hope you had fun on Dragon Ball Z. We lost Nick, we lost Dan, and we lost Mr. B this week. But don't worry, next week we'll have everybody back. As technology
Hopefully.
permitting.
Hopefully.
Yes,
Hopeful.
yes, hopefully. With that said, we do hope you all enjoyed, because we definitely enjoyed making this, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Goodbye!